We're all on a budget, and saving money anywhere is a good thing. I tested 5 free apps that you can use to create thumbnails and channel arts for your YouTube channel. I break down each one and tell you which one's the best and why. So let's get to it. My name is Michael Fire Jr. This channel is dedicated to helping you grow on YouTube, so subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you know when I have new content that comes out. I'm a Photoshop user, but those monthly Adobe fees add up. Recently I thought, there must be a better way. There's gotta be something out there that I can do this stuff for free. So the 5 apps that I'm gonna talk about today are alternatives to Photoshop. I chose these 5 apps because they're viable on both PC and Mac platforms. A lot of my viewers use Mac. I don't want to leave those folks out. So these 5 apps can be used on both PC and Mac platforms. GIMP is probably the most popular app on this list and possibly the most powerful. There really isn't much that you can do in Photoshop that you can't find a way to do in GIMP. With that being said, for the average beginner just starting to create their own custom thumbnails, GIMP has a pretty steep learning curve. And some of the standard features that you use in Photoshop, like drop shadow and stroke, are things that you have to add in as a plugin, and some of the plugins are not compatible with Mac, so just keep that in mind. If you're an experienced Photoshop user, I think GIMP could be the one for you. If you're not, I'd probably move on and try some of the other stuff on this list. Personally, I find that GIMP works in strange ways compared to Photoshop, which just aggravates me to begin with. There's stuff on this list that just gives you what you need without all the extra frills, and it makes it much easier to learn. Inkscape is a full-featured vector art program that's actually more like Illustrator than it is like Photoshop. When I found Inkscape, I was absolutely shocked at all the features it offers, and it's absolutely amazing if you're looking to do logo design and that sort of stuff. With that being said, it's probably not the right software for an absolute beginner trying to figure out how to create custom thumbnails. It's actually really pretty close to a professional, robust art vector program that you could use to create all kinds of logos. It's going to be completely overwhelming for a beginner. And in fact, it took me a lot of hours just to kind of figure out how to do pretty simple stuff in there, just because this wasn't designed for just creating custom thumbnails. This was designed for creating custom art and logos and that sort of stuff. Inkscape is a really cool art program, and if you're interested in creating custom logos and that sort of thing, I would definitely look into it. But if you're just looking to create custom thumbnails and banner and channel art, it's probably not for you. Sumo Paint is another option for channel art. It's really easy to use, and anyone even remotely familiar with Photoshop is going to be able to dive right in. And it has all the features you could ever want for creating banners and thumbnails. Unfortunately, it's not as free as you would hope. The free version only comes with 2 layers, and you actually have to pay to add any of the text features. And this just isn't acceptable for those of us who are trying to get a free ride here. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what the video's about. So I would check out Sumo Paint if you have a little bit of money to spend. It really has all the features you could ever need, but I don't think it's necessary considering that the other stuff on this list is totally free. So that makes Sumo Paint a no-go as far as actual free software. Canva is a really popular piece of software that is across almost every platform, including mobile, that you can do custom thumbnails on. And I think for simple, basic custom thumbnails, Canva might be just fine for a lot of folks. But there are so many features that you can't do with Canva, like remove a background, and the text options are pretty limited. So in a pinch, it might be something you try out, but it's really not that much of a full-featured custom art thing that you're going to use for your YouTube channel. You want to be able to create a custom thumbnail and custom banner art that's going to really represent your brand, and Canva can help you by putting pretty pictures in there with some text over it, but there really isn't a whole heck of a lot you can do with it beyond that. Pixlr is a multi-platform free alternative to Photoshop. It works on PC and Mac because of course it's a browser, but you can also use it on mobile. It has an app called iPixlr, and it has all the same features. It's friggin' awesome. The program's really easy to learn, especially if you're familiar with Photoshop, and it has all the features that you could ever want to make custom thumbnails and channel art for your YouTube channel for free. It has a robust text feature which uses all of the installed fonts you already have on your laptop. So if you have a collection of fonts on your computer that you love to use for your thumbnails, you can use them right in Pixlr. You can remove a background, you can do gradients, you can do shapes, you can also do all kinds of image manipulation just like you would be able to do in Photoshop, all with Pixlr, and it's a free software. There are a few little bugaboos I found with Pixlr, but really the most nagging one, I'm a Firefox user. I know that's a little weird. It's just my browser of choice. But I had difficulty saving Pixlr images out of Firefox. I had to switch over to Chrome or Safari, and it worked just fine. So if you're a Firefox user, just don't use Pixlr in Firefox. The links for all the programs I talked about in this video are in the description. I was really pleasantly surprised with the Pixlr software. It's very similar to Photoshop, but it's so easy to use. And because of this, I'm going to be doing a series of videos that show you how to use all the different features, both on desktop and on mobile. So if you don't want to miss tutorials like that, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you're updated when those videos come out. Pixlr is an incredibly powerful free art software, and I want to make sure that I teach you guys how to use it. If you want to know what the best fonts are that you can use in your custom thumbnails, check this video out right here. Or if you just want to see a video YouTube recommends, you can check this one out right here. Thank you so much for watching. Go out there and film something awesome today. Make it count. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.